Hello everyone, this is XlorD giving you a shoutcast between Naugrim and XlorD here on Scrap Station. Naugrim spawning at the 12 o'clock position of Scrap Station as the blue Zerg player. Meanwhile, we have the Protoss player XlorD, yellow Protoss, spawning over here at the 3 o'clock position. So Protoss versus Zerg here on Scrap Station. Now, I think this is game 2. I think I accidentally said at the end of game 1 that was game 2 and I declared the winner, and I'm not quite sure why I did that. Just getting a little bit tired. I think this is my 10th or 12th video today, so just trying to get these all lined up so when I upload them on Monday, you guys have things to watch. So I try not to upload anything on Sunday, and that's my day of rest. So I try to cast all of my games on Saturday and then upload them on Monday. So if you guys ever wonder, hey, there's no new videos, that's mainly the reason why I try not to upload any games on Sunday. So hopefully you guys have enough to do on the weekends besides waiting for StarCraft 2 videos. Anyways, coming back over here, we have Naugrim now trying to figure out what his strategy is going to be. If he's going to go for an early hatchery or an early spawning pool. Doesn't look like he's going for any early particular spawning pools at this stage. Yes, going for a normal spawning pool, going to go for what, a 13 or almost a 14 spawning pool based upon the hit points and the timing. We have a gateway now being produced by XlorD. So XlorD using that gateway, trying to wall off a little bit more of this particular choke point, making it so that those Zerglings and those Roaches and Hydralisks have a harder time trying to come up that ramp. Taking a look at M right now, and now trying to do a little bit of scouting, trying to figure out what exactly the strategy is in fact going to be. XlorD getting secondary pylon before the cybernetics core this time. I think I saw in some replays where the players were going getting the cybernetics core before that secondary pylon and trying to get a faster tech. Taking a look at this assimilator now finally down and trying to mine out that gas as quickly as possible. Taking a look at this, a little bit of a denial, very nice denial by XlorD. So XlorD using that drone in order to try to put, or that probe to try to push back against that drone. Able to get down that hatchery though, so nicely done. Bringing in a secondary drone in order to build that hatchery. So very nicely played by Naugrim, and XlorD is going to be once again moving away with that one particular probe. So that probe now moving around, dancing around in a circle. Overlord sitting over here trying to act as a little bit more of a scout, trying to see if there's any zealots or any stalkers or any units trying to be warped in. Still XlorD going off of a single gateway off of a cybernetics core. Now someone asked me, how can you tell what the building is as it's being warped in, as it's just a giant ball? As you're scouting, go ahead and click on the giant ball and it will tell you what that building is. So if you take a look at that ball right there, if I click on it, it says pylon. And that is something that you can see even as an opponent. You can see what the buildings are being produced. Probe going to be able to just come back in, probably push some, no, not pushing any of those zealots aside, and then going to start mining. Taking a look back over here, we have double Stargate. So XlorD going for that Stargate strategy once again. Naugrim gonna go ahead and move off to this north side and catch this Stargate, and then it may try to move back away as soon as he does see the Stargates being built. Taking a look over here, hatchery already completed, and there's a queen waiting to go ahead and spawn larvae right there. And now a secondary queen now being built. So Naugrim really needs to put down an evolution chamber and try to drop in some spore colonies. Otherwise, he's gonna be facing an uphill battle against a large number of phoenixes once again. We'll see what exactly he is in fact going. No, he's going for void rays. So using chrono boost and using void rays instead. And void rays are a very, very strong option on this map in particular, as the bases are so close together based upon even though it's separated by this chasm, the bases are so close together. Air options are definitely very, very strong. Taking a look at this, we have a couple Zerglings now going to be trying to run up into this main base. We'll see. No, Zerglings now just trying to do a little bit of scouting, make sure that these destructible rocks are not getting taken down. No expansion over here at the natural, as more Zerglings now trying to come back in. But that one Void Ray is going to be a definite issue. Are we also going to get a Phoenix as well? No, secondary Void Ray. Oh, already one kill off of that Void Ray. So that Void Ray dealing 6 damage versus armored units. We'll see how this really works out. Taking a look back over here, in comes this Void Ray. Void Ray may be trying to take down perhaps the extractors or even trying to take down key buildings. Now going after that extractor. Extractor taking a fair amount of damage, being pushed back away by that queen. That queen has fairly decent damage against against anti-air, and now it's a Void Ray versus a single Queen, and that Queen was able to really push that attack back. A secondary, a Phoenix would have been absolutely perfect, and now a Phoenix being produced in order to, I guess, Graviton Beam lift up that Queen, and as that Queen gets lifted up, that Queen is unable to attack. Once again, trying to take down that Extractor, and then in comes a couple of more of those attacked Extractors, now going to get taken down very quickly by double beams of that Void Ray. Hydralisk then now being produced, 2 Queens now coming over, and in comes this Phoenix. Is the Phoenix in a Graviton Beam 1? Yes, able to Graviton Beam 1, quickly going to take 1 down. So down goes 1 Queen, another Queen going to get taken down as well. And sorry, going to try to take down that secondary Queen. Down goes 1 Void Raid, and let's take a look at this Phoenix, still unable to do another Graviton Beam. Not sure who's going to win out this fight. Looks like the Queen's going to go down. Down goes that Overlord, and now Hydralisks are being produced, so it really matters on what is really done here. Another Queen coming back into position. We have a Phoenix now trying to fly overhead, trying to perhaps take down some of these Overlords. Overlords taking a fair amount of damage, except they are not light units, so they only take 10 damage per shot as opposed to, I believe, 18. Taking a look at this, yeah, no, 10 damage per shot instead of 20. Taking a look over here, Zergling's now trying to run around a little bit more. Zealot's gonna go ahead and greet those Zerglings with some side blades, quickly taking those units out. Zergling's now gonna be trying to come up that ramp. Are there any? No units up there. So some of those Zealots need to get off to that choke point in order to be able to protect that. Cannons over here as well. In come these Zealots. Zealots gonna just try to continue to greet those Zerglings with those side blades. Zealots now trying to run back. Zergling's gonna be able to run up that ramp, and really no additional weapons. Let's take a look at this, and those Zerglings are just going to be running rampant in that base. Coming back over here, Phoenix is trying to continue to do more harassment. Going to go ahead and use that Graviton Beam, pick up that Queen, and then start shooting it once again. That Queen taking a fair amount of damage. Coming back over here, Hydralisk now pushing back against these Photon Cannons. Photon Cannons getting taken down by these Hydralisks, and now going to go ahead and lose this Forge over here. Zealots trying to come back around, trying to engage some of these Hydralisks, and those Hydralisks are going to just be able to pick off some of these units, trying to do a little bit of move and attack and try to take down that Forge. That Forge, they just want to take it down to 143 hit points and down to 99. Will they be able to take it down? No, not able to take it down. 77 hit points on that Forge. Back over here, a fair number of Overlords still offering some additional scouting, and Hydralisk, or what, a Phoenix, 2 Phoenixes fairly low on hit points as well, being forced to push back away. So we have a fair number of Hydralisks and Queens taking a look at the army, sorry. Taking a look at the units. Phoenixes, Stalkers, and Zealots against Hydralisks, Queens, Overlords, and 1 or 2 Zerglings, so not very much happening over there. Phoenix is now still moving around the map, trying to do some scouting, trying to go Overlord hunting. Does not, in fact, see where those Overlords are. I'm going to go ahead and run into these Overlords now, and really not scouting them out. Oh, coming back around, and now going to go ahead and focus down those Overlords. Overlords going to get taken down fairly easily. Give me a second as I take a sip of water, as I've been talking a little bit too much. Alright, Phoenix is just shooting down that Overlord getting taken down. So 3 Overlords quickly getting taken down. Naugrim, on the other hand, still not upside down in supply yet, and also getting a high yield, or trying to take a high yield mineral camp. A Queen doing a very, very far walk, and as that Zergling's trying to run around that map, those Phoenixes trying to do a Graviton Beam, trying to pick it up and take it down. So there it goes, taking down that one particular unit, as now we have some drones being transferred over. Are those Phoenixes going to be able to spot that? Not sure. Mutalisk now overhead, trying to take down some of these probes, and going to take down a fair number of these probes. Stalkers now being warped in, and going after some of those additional units. Mutalisk not getting clumped up as those probes able to come back in, and we have Phoenixes now continuing to chase off those Mutalisks. A fair number of Mutalisks, 7 Mutalisks sitting over here. Phoenix is once again being rebuilt. We'll see how this really works out. Are those Mutalisks able to get in a couple more hits, as those Phoenixes once again want to re-engage, able to focus down one of those Mutalisks. Down to 6 Mutalisks as they once again try to pull back out. Are they going to be able to take down some of these probes over here? Those Phoenixes able to essentially attack while moving. but still getting a couple of those free hits. Now those Mutilas trying to turn back around, trying to fight back. Those Phoenixes able to pull back away, not able to Graviton Beam any air units, however, so you can't use it like a tractor beam to try to immobilize them and stop them from moving. Stay tuned for part 2 and the conclusion of this replay between XlorD and Naugrim here on Scrap Station.